My topic for this Indian economy and politics video is the women entrepreneurs in India and the socio-economic problems. Entrepreneurship is very important criteria for any economic development. The role of women entrepreneurs cannot be ignored in this process. There is a significant contribution of women entrepreneurs in the growth of developed nations. Women entrepreneurs face a lot of problems right from the beginning till the enterprise functions. Government of India defines women entrepreneur as an enterprise owned and controlled by women having a minimum financial interest of 51% of the capital and giving at least 51% of the employment generated in enterprise to women. So when we look at the objectives of the study, it is to study the present position of women entrepreneurs, to identify the socio-economic constraints of women entrepreneurs, and to suggest remedial measures to overcome the problems of women entrepreneurs. So, when we look at the present position of the women entrepreneur, the highest percentage are in UP, it is 39.4, followed by Gujarat 39.72, Kerala 38.91, and the least percentage is in Bihar, which is 15.04. Shows the poor condition of women. The average of women entrepreneur in India is 32.82. So Bihar 15, Karnataka 26, and Madhya Pradesh is 28.38 or below the average women entrepreneurs in India. So when we look at the socio-economic constraints, the first and foremost thing that comes to our mind is the male-dominated society. So, the entry of the women entrepreneur is based on the approval of the male members. All these factors are the barrier in the growth of women. Then comes the family obligations. Then you have the lack of education. In India, illiteracy is the root cause of socio-economic problem. Most of the women are still illiterate. Also, even the educated ones are less educated as compared to the women, as compared to the male counterpart. So, this has led to the unawareness in technology, marketing, new methods of production, government support, and policies. Now, when we look at the lack of self confidence, which is very important, so they have to strive hard to strike a balance between domestic activities and business activities. When you look at the finance problem, women entrepreneurs always suffer from inadequate financial resources and working capital. Banks, financial institutions generally do not come forward to provide financial assistance to women borrowers. Then there is obviously a tough competition. So women entrepreneurs have to face tough competition from organized industries and male counterparts. And when we talk about the limited managerial skills, they have to depend on intermediaries or staff to get things done. Also, limited managerial skills of women are constrained for them to run the enterprise successfully. Similarly, there is a scarcity of raw materials. They find it difficult to procure the required raw materials and other necessary inputs. Even they don't have proper knowledge of alternative source of raw materials. Also, when we talk about the low risk bearing capacity, it is a continuous risk taking activity. Investing money, maintaining the operations, and flowing back money for surplus generation. So it all requires high risk taking attitude. Also we have another important factor of limited mobility. Women cannot travel from one place to another as freely as men do. Also, we have certain legal formalities which women entrepreneurs find it very difficult in complying with. So now let's look at some of the suggestions that can be provided. So some training programs should be made, taking into consideration the socio-economic background of the women entrepreneurs. The government should provide better educational facilities to women. The the education awareness programs should be arranged. Also, easy finance should be provided by banks and financial institutions. And another biggest problem is the psychological problem, which captures the lack of confidence, low risk taking capacity. So counseling should be provided to the existing and emerging women entrepreneurs with the help of NGOs. And also, government should make provision of marketing and sales assistance, which is very important for a women entrepreneur to be very successful. And the voice of women entrepreneurs should be listened. The creation of government offices of women's business ownership is one way to facilitate this. And we also need to evaluate the impact of women entrepreneurs related policies. Also, Certain problems of women entrepreneurs cannot be solved only by the government. There should be women entrepreneurs who can give great ideas and able to translate them into reality. So there should be equal participation from the women entrepreneurs in policy decisions also. So all this on the whole should contribute and limit the socio-economic constraints that women entrepreneurs face. Thank you.